For making a Sholeh Zard, I have a 2 cups of white rice. I washed it and I soaked it in a cold water, and normally it's between 12 to 24 hours. If you do it that way, for every cup of rice you need 6 cups of the water. And now I soak the rice on the cold water and I left them in the refrigerator for a week, and then I take it off, drain it, and I put it with the 6 cups of the water over the high heat to start boiling. For every cup of the rice, if you soak it in a cold water for 12 to 24 hours, you need 6 cups of water. Although I soak this rice over a week on the cold water inside the refrigerator, so I'm using a half of the water. It's not boiled yet, so I'm not gonna mix it. I'm gonna just remove the foam from top of the rice, and I'm still waiting to boil, and it's still on the high heat. Okay, it is boiling, and I'm gonna keep removing the white foam over my rice. I'm gonna mix it, and look at the rice. You see, it seems like it get mushy. I'm gonna add sugar right now. It's a 3 cups of the sugar. I think amount of the sugar, it depends how sweet you want it. For me, for every 2 cups of the rice, I use 3 cups of sugar. If you like sweeter, you can go up to 4 cups. But I remember in the past when I had a Sholeh Zard who were too sweet, it's not very popular. So try with the 3 cups of the sugar at first, see what you're thinking. So I'm gonna mix the sugar in, and I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna put this in medium low heat. Okay, I've been constantly mixing this. Look how the rice look like. It seems like it been melting down. I'm gonna remove any foam I'm seeing still. Okay, I'm gonna add my saffron. I'm gonna put on little by little to get the color I like. You want to have it orange color, yellow orange. Saffron is for the flavor and a color we add into our Sholeh Zard. And I'm sure you noticed that I do not use the just dry saffron in it. I brew it like a tea and it turns liquid and I add it. And by the way, I have to mention, if you feel this is getting thick, you cannot add any more water in it, because later on when you want to eat, when you spoon the Sholeh Zard, it would leave water in the dish. It's not work very well to add the water later. When you add the sugar, it would tighten up a little, and then after it melt down, you see it's more liquid again. Okay, look at the thickness of it. This is fine, but I kind of like to use the merge-in blender in it. You do not have to do that. I just want to do it because I feel like it to be thicker. But as it is, it's fine. As we talked about it before, merge-in blender has to go in because 90 degrees. If you give it an angle, it spread, and it's a hot, sugary water liquid, and it burned badly. So if you do not know how to use the merge-in blender, do not do it. Notice that I'm holding it in 90 degree. This is exactly on 90 degree. Now I'm gonna add the almond, which I soaked it for the last 15 minutes in a rose water. Rose water, it requires a test. If you think you do not like rose water, you could replace it with something else. But this dish originally made with the rose water. Okay, it's 10 minutes past since I add the almond and rose water. Look how thick it is. I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil, half a tablespoon of butter. If you are vegan, instead of butter, you can use just more vegetable oil, which is another tablespoon you could add it. I'm gonna wait 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna turn off the heat, and I'm gonna, the way I did my rice, I would put a paper towel on it with the lid, and I put it aside to get ready. Okay, the heat is off. I put the paper towel and the lid. We call that the name of the things I'm doing right now called dam keshidan, means pretty much the moist gonna come up and absorb on the paper. Then I'm gonna put them on the dish. You cannot wait too long in this section because it gets very difficult to plate it. Before it gets hard, you have to plate it. Okay, my Sholeh Zard, it's ready, and I'm gonna plate it. Try to do plated on Pyrex pan because it's hot. You don't want to break or crack your china. I prefer to not serve it in the plastic bowl. Look at the thickness of it. See the thickness? This thing right now is kind of loose, but when it's stay for half an hour or 1 hour, it get thick and it's not liquidy anymore. And we're gonna decorate this with cinnamon and a sliced pistachio and a sliced almond. We could use dry rose on it. This goes all based on your creativity, how you want to design it or what you want to design it with. Traditionally, it was designed with the things I mentioned. have to wait this cools down and it get a skin on top of it. Then I would put the cinnamon or roses or nuts. Otherwise it would sink in, it wouldn't be look pretty at all. Okay, my Sholeh Zard is ready. Right here I decorate the top with a cinnamon and I put a sliced almond and pistachio around, and that's a dry roses.